Welcome to EnRich Relationships, a podcast designed to help leaders improve their personal and professional relationships from a father and son team.
We each bring executive corporate experience in both public and private companies, as well as personal experience as brothers, fathers, and sons. I'm Dax Rich.
And I'm Larry Rich, and together we discuss different leadership skills and concepts that will help you at work and at home. As a manager of a team, and also as a father, knowing what you stand for and being able to not only express that, but more to be able to exemplify that can really help others stand with us in the work that we're trying to accomplish or in our families. I'll give an example. One of the things that has been really important as a manager is to develop a relationship with those that I work with in our one-on-ones. And so when we sit and we talk, I try to always have notes of their spouse, of their children, anything in their life that they've talked about that's a hobby, something that they really enjoy, something it's a big deal to them, so that when we start into our one-on-ones or we start talking about the work, that first we can talk about the relationship and we can build that. And I find that many times that opens itself up to what they're already anticipating is going to be with the topics in our one-on-one, and that's the work. And so that will spill over, and they see, first of all, that they are valued as much or more than their work is valued, because they'll want to do better and be able to perform if they feel like they are valued. So that alignment and that priority, I think, really helps to take people to the next level as we get into the work.
You're absolutely right on that. Just in meeting with new people in my organization, we've talked at length about how understanding each other makes it a lot easier to A, start a new work relationship effectively, but B, also have more honest conversations and be more sincere and upfront and challenge each other, because we know that we care about each other. We know each other personally, or at least as personally as we can be, and we know what matters to each other, and so we can empathize and we can advocate for each other. And so in that, we talked about how important it is that you know yourself, that you know what it is that you value and what's important to you. And if we want other people to see what we stand for, we need to know what we stand for ourselves. And doing that, there's a lot of opportunity for self-reflection. There's a lot of opportunity to really ask ourselves, are we working in a way, are we conducting ourselves in a way that's congruent with those things that we value? For Dad and I, it's family. Family is probably the most important thing at work, in the sense that we're working to take care of our family, provide for the needs of our family. We're working so that we can be better leaders for our family. We're working so that we can empathize better with our family. And we're working so that we can really create value for not just our family, but other families as well, and take care of other families, whether that be directly at work or whether that be perhaps indirectly through the work that we do and the influence that we bring into people's lives. And so for that reason, it's important that we know that and establish it up front, so that, as you said, Dad, when we're having those one-on-one meetings and we're asking about family, people know right away we care about family. Family is important to us. And as they work on projects or create goals or loop us in, they know, okay, well, Dax and Larry value family. I need to make sure that when I'm setting deadlines, it's with respect to family priorities that they have going on. Maybe they have time off to go on a family trip, so I'm going to be mindful of that. Maybe there's something important in their family going on, so I'll ask about that. It really goes both ways, where we all start to take care of each other because we understand what it is that we stand for.
And this can also apply to a podcast we did in the past about having difficult conversations, because sometimes we may be off of a difficult conversation that we had the month before or the week before in a previous one-on-one. And to start again building that relationship, and that then can solidify or help in preparation to have, okay, now let's revisit where we were the last time we talked on this particular situation. Same thing in our family. It doesn't mean that we have to just continually harp on, but many times that person will have either progress or they'll have an update on the situation. They know it's going to be part of the one-on-one. And hopefully there's been some things, as they understand us and our relationship, that they're going to want to be able to have remedied or improved, or have some things that will be helpful, or seek guidance on. I know this was a difficult conversation we had last time. I've thought a lot about it since the last time we talked, and I just feel like that's an important place for us to start today, or I need further direction or whatever, so that we don't cast those to the side. These conversations can be very positive. At the same time, they can turn positive from something that may have been negative or difficult, if that's an important part of what we value in having these discussions.
You'd mentioned this earlier. We really do get better work through stronger relationships. And the fact that people can understand where we're coming from when we either have a difficult conversation, or just working through a project, working through a task, and being on the same page as to what matters to each of us, makes it much easier to get better work. We know that we can be sincere. We know that we can speak from the heart. We know that we can challenge each other and not have to worry about unnecessary repercussions. And we also know that the other person is a valued contributor to the work, and we respect their ideas. We're open to their ideas just as they're more open to our ideas. And we invite better collaboration, better creativity, all because we have a better relationship with that person.
Thank you for tuning into today's episode, and be sure to check out our other episodes where we explore additional ways to enrich your relationships at work and with your family.
Before you take off, we invite you to subscribe and share what you liked from this episode with friends, colleagues, and family. Take a moment and share feedback and suggestions with us directly at enrichrelationshipspodcast@gmail.com.
Lasting change comes from enriching your relationships both at work and at home.